Hello, my name is Sister Mary Gianna, and I'm a Dominican sister, and I live in Elgin, Scotland. And here we do a lot with children like you. We prepare children for the sacraments, we visit them and pray with them in their schools, and we also have a youth group for secondary school. It's a joy to be with you today, and I'd like to read with you a passage from the ACN Children's Bible, from chapter 43, called God's Reign. The prophet Daniel describes the vision which God granted him. Thrones were set up. One of great age took his seat. His robe was white as snow, his hair as white as pure wool, his throne a blaze of flames, and its wheels of glowing fire. A stream of fire emanated from him. 1,000,000 served him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. And see, on the clouds of heaven there came one like a son of man. He came to the one of great age, and was led into his presence. The one of great age gave him power, glory, and sovereignty. All peoples, men of all languages and races served him. His rule is an eternal rule, which will never pass away. His kingdom is indestructible. From Daniel chapter 7, verses 9 to 14. This passage from Daniel comes alive in my imagination. It's like God is giving Daniel a peek into heaven. So let's sneak in behind Daniel and see what heaven is like. Well, who do we see there? First, we see one of great age. This is God the Father. And he's wearing a white robe and he has white hair. And white is the color of purity. Just like if you have a completely white shirt, there's no spot or stain on it. And God is totally pure and good. And then he's surrounded with flames of fire, and fire is emanating or coming out from him. What could this mean? Well, I don't know about you, but when I see a blazing fire, I'm just in awe of its power and beauty. And I'm also attracted to it because I want to be near its light and its warmth. And fire also can't be contained. It spreads out and touches everything around it. Well, this is like God. He is so great and so powerful that he amazes us. But we also want to draw close to him because he's the light of the world who casts out all the darkness in our hearts. And like a fire, his love warms our hearts. And so we go to him when we feel lonely or afraid or just cold inside. And God can't keep his love to himself. It bursts forth from him and spreads and touches everyone around him. So who else do we see? One like a son of man. In the New Testament, Jesus calls himself the Son of Man. So here we have Jesus coming to the throne of his Father, and the Father shares with him all of his power and glory and love, so that Jesus too is a king. We actually call him Christ our King. But he is not like the kings of this earth, who rule only for a time. Jesus is the eternal King, which means his kingdom lasts forever. And the kings of this world are only kings for a certain group of people. But Jesus is the King of all people, of all time. And some kings only really care about themselves, how much power and glory they can get. But Jesus isn't like that. He's the King of love, a king who serves. He says, I want you to be my royal sons and daughters in my kingdom, and I want to share my power and glory with you. That's the kind of king we have. And someday everyone will bow down before him, just like those tens upon tens of thousands we hear about. But we don't have to wait till heaven. We have the joy of worshiping our King now. Worshiping him means to love and serve him with all of our hearts. So I invite you to let Jesus be your King. Allow his love to light up and warm your heart, and then spread out from you like a fire to everyone around you.